See, a lot of us have no idea how quick the universe responds to us. See, we live our lives by, things happen and we react to it. But what we don't understand is that the universe is responding to us. I'm telling you, brothers, I'm telling you, sisters, the moment you redefine yourself is the moment life changes. At ease. It's your boy, Soul Immortal. A lot of people think that when it comes to success, that it's all about obtaining new knowledge, right? And obtaining new knowledge is very important. But guys, I'm telling you, there's much more to succeeding than that, right? Today, brothers, I'm gonna tell you how to never lose. I'm gonna tell you how to succeed by default. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm realizing? I'm realizing that I get more satisfaction off of seeing my brothers and my sisters win, sometimes more than I like seeing myself win. You know what I mean? I take videos by request all the time. People DM me and I'll make a relationship video or whatever. But I never talk about the information that's discussed on my one-on-one consultations, right? Until today. And the reason I want to talk about it, with this brother's approval, of course, is because one, this brother reminded me so much of myself, and two, it's rare that I see someone make a change in life so fast, So today, brothers, I want to talk about a brother of ours, brother named Joseph Vigil, right? Now, the first thing that stood about this brother, again, I could identify with him. He told me his story, up to this point, and it was just like mine. You hear me talk about married my high school sweetheart, married for 10 years, divorced, job loss, everything. Joe's pattern was very similar, right? This is the thing that stood out about Joe. This is how I knew Joe would not be the same the next time I talked to him, right? Joe said this. He said, I'm fully aware that everything that's coming to my life, I'm responsible for. See, Joe had watched the recipe. Matter of fact, the recipe is on sale. I'll leave it in the description box. Joe said, I'm fully aware that I created everything. And right then I said, you know what? This brother is about to change his life. Two, Joe talked about one of my favorite quotes, James Allen. Man does not attract what he wants. Man attracts what he is. So when that brother spoke on that, I said, this brother's life is going to change overnight, right? So what me and Joe talked about after that was, I said, Joe, all you have to do now, brother, is redefine yourself. See, you've done the hard work. Now all you have to do is create who you are. So my question to that brother was, who are you?
For the most part, right now I'm to be 40 in a couple months in October.
Congrats, bro.
And I've kind of always kind of seen you kind of make your own path, but was kind of weird because I remember one time.
See, one of the hardest things, brothers, is to redefine yourself. Because everybody thinks that, succeeding and getting ahead is all about knowledge and gaining all this new information. And I'm telling you, that stuff is important. But the main thing is to simply redefine yourself. And see, this is where brothers and sisters get caught up. This is where brothers and sisters get lost in the sauce, right? Because this has to be one of the hardest parts of succeeding, right? So Joe and I were talking, right? And we were talking about all the barriers in his life. We were talking about all the people, the places, and the things that made him who he is today, right? So after Joe and I talked about, the new version of himself, right? We had to go down through there and identify all the things that would keep him from getting there. And a lot of things that Joe became aware of is that, like I never thought about, certain musics. I never thought about me hanging out at certain places. I definitely never thought about certain people in my life keeping me from getting to the place I want to be. And I'm telling you guys, this is the thing. And I made a video about this several weeks ago. I'll try to leave a link. But I was telling you, everybody is not built for success. Succeeding as far as learning new knowledge and doing new things, that's the easy part. Being able to cut the cord on your old life, that's what people lose. That's what people lose. See, I'm telling you, man, you're gonna have a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of friends in your life, especially if you guys like are around 17, 18 to 22 years old. You're gonna have a lot of guys in your life that you used to hang out with, smoke with, drink with, do all this stuff with. That as soon as you step back and say, you know what, it's time for me to grow up a little bit. It's time for me to do something different. It's time for me to move in a certain way if I want to get to the goals I want. These guys are going to be having all kind of names for you and whatever. But God, I'm telling you, you got to close that noise off. You got to move in a certain way. You're going to have certain relationships with people that you've loved, that you've been with for forever, right? And you're going to be changing, and you're going to have to ask yourself, you're going to have to say, you know what, I don't want to be clubbing, I don't want to be drinking, I don't want to be hanging out doing all this stuff all the time. Like I'm trying to move a certain way because I'm trying to get to a different place. And I'm telling you guys, there are going to be people in your life they're not going to understand. You can break it down to them as many times as you want, they will not understand. So again, you're just gonna have to cut cord and keep it moving. Now they're gonna say all these names and say all these things they want, but you gotta close your ears to that, guys. The same thing with places. A lot of places you hang out with, a lot of places you hang out at, you won't be able to keep going to these same places if you're trying to elevate. And I'm telling you guys, sometimes these places might be the church. Sometimes these places might be the mosque. I don't know. But guys, I'm telling you, if you want to redefine yourself, if you want to succeed by default, it's just a matter of creating a new you. Now, why do I say that, right? Because we all understand, or those that have watched The Recipe, we all understand that life is a replay, right? So when we look at the barriers in our life, we have to understand that if I created everything that's coming my way, then I had to be the one to create the barriers, right? So what Joe did, Joe just had to simply go in and create a new version of himself where the barriers didn't exist.
There's not one person I could just straight up call up and be like, hey, buddy, let's go grab a bite to eat, or let's go hang out here. And and he goes, why? And I go, it's not that I don't know anybody, or I don't have friends. It's just everybody seems to get me off my mind track, So I rather go to a restaurant, go sit at the bar, the booth by myself, and enjoy my meal and have peace than actually sit with somebody and then they start talking about, oh, you see what is in the news today? Can you believe what Trump did, or their economy, the stupid corona? I'm just like, I can't put up with that. I can't. And that's why I have very limited friends, because it seems like they take my peace. I just kick it by myself.
Now let me just pause for a sec, just to describe Joe, so you can get a feel on the type of brother I'm talking about, right? Now, as soon as I got on a Zoom call with Joe, I can tell that he was, the type of brother that we as men consider a man's man. Joe was straight poker face. You can tell that he was a zero tolerance type guy. He was a very stern man in his life. And these are the type of brothers I like dealing with, because these are no nonsense type men, right? So this is the kind of guy Joe is. Then we started talking about his career. Joe's been in his role with this company for about 3 years, I believe. And, and Joe told me all about, the kind of money that the top salesmen make and all this stuff. And I said, well, Joe, where are you at on the totem pole? He said, well, I'm not halfway, but I'm just up under halfway. So in my mind, I kind of put Joe in the 40% percentile, right? So we started talking about all the barriers, all the hurdles that Joe that was keeping him from getting to the top, right? And again, we say, you know what? If we fully understand that everything in our life, it was created by us, then that gives us the power to let us know that, now we're quarterbacking, because now I can create whatever comes my way, right? So again, Joe and I went down through the list, man, and just got this perfect game plan. Now, the thing that amazed me is the text message that I received just a few minutes ago from this brother Joe. And it was an award that he had received today. Yeah, you're seeing it right. Joe got Sales Leader of the Month, right? Now, from the point of Joe and I speaking on the phone, right, on our one-on-one consultation, to the point Joe got this award was 19 days, right? Now, I'm not saying that by any means to put myself on some kind of pedestal, because the things that Joe and I were talking about are things from ancient times. It's nothing new under the sun, right? But I want to talk about this, one, to shine light on this brother, and two, to let other people know how things work, right? See, a lot of us have no idea how quick the universe responds to us. See, we live our lives by, things happen and we react to it. But what we don't understand is that the universe is responding to us. I'm telling you, brothers, I'm telling you, sisters, the moment you redefine yourself is the moment life changes. See, everybody thinks that this life is chronological, in the beginning, now, and today we have this. Life does not happen like this. Life happens like this. Everything is happening at the same time. So again, the version of you that's successful, the version of you that's homeless, both versions exist right now. So again, it's just a matter of which version you choose to tap into. Again, we have to also realize that time is an illusion. See, once you talk about anything spiritual, once you're talking about manifesting, once you're talking about prayer, any of that stuff, once you talk about those things, time no longer exists. Time only exists in this third dimension. And the only reason it exists is to keep things in order, for things to function, right? I'm telling you, brothers, sisters, if you want to change your life, it's as simple as redefining yourself. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, who are you? And again, not the you that you are now, not the you that the people, places, and things have created, but who are you on the other side? Who are you in the real world? Who are you on the inside? Because that's the world that's gonna be coming your way. See, a lot of people get lost in the sauce and they want to get all tied into what's happening now. They want to get tied into who pissed them off. They want to get tied into they just getting a divorce or they just lost their job. And I'm telling you, people can circulate in that negative energy forever if they're unaware of it. Because all they're redoing is regurgitating the energy, regurgitating the information of life and taking it to the other side and just continuously manifesting the same thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing more powerful than redefining yourself. Nothing. Again, man does not attract what he wants. Man attracts what he is. So the moment you become that new thing, the moment the world begins to change. Now, brothers, sisters, I can't reiterate enough on how important it is for you to understand that this is not easy. But again, the hard part is not the things that'll take place to succeed. The hard part is cutting off the old life. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, everybody's not built for this. I can imagine what Noah felt like, getting on the ark and telling everybody, hey, you know what? We're about to make a transition. Some things about to happen. I'm about to go yonder ways. And everybody's just like, whatever, do what you want to do. I can imagine the feeling Noah felt when he had to close those doors on the ark. When he says, you know what? I'm out. Like I tried to tell you, I tried to tell you I was making moves. At some point in time, guys, the arc of your life, it has to close. And the thing is, you have to have tough skin. You're going to have a lot of homeboys and homegirls that are going to be calling you lame or nerd for you young brothers. You're going to have a lot of people that you loved and thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with calling you names like, oh, he's a narcissist, he's this. The thing is, the door just closed on them, bottom line. I'm telling you, you have to close your ears to the nonsense and keep it moving. This is the hardest part. But I'm telling you this, once you redefine yourself, Success comes by default. Because again, this world responds to you, not us, to it. Again, man does not attract what he wants. Man attracts what he is.
At ease!